Good morning, esteemed viewers. You're welcome to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. We are right here in Ogba, Lagos. We are here at the newsstands this morning. You can see bystanders are really arguing and getting themselves together. And they talk about Russia and China's, Russia stroke Ukraine this morning. News. This morning, first batch of Nigerians have arrived from Ukraine. First batch of Nigerians have arrived from Ukraine through the Max airline. Max airline brought the first batch of Nigeria. We're expecting the second batch from Air Peace. The second batch is expected from Air Peace. Okay, and also news from Russia. One of the largest nuclear plants in Ukraine has been bombed by Russia, and also is under the control of Russian forces. Is under the control of Russian forces. World's biggest nuclear plant in Ukraine, bombarded and also under the control of Russian forces. Let's go straight to the newspaper headline this morning. I will be the Vanguard newspaper. I have the Sun. The Daily Sun newspaper, the Vanguard. I have the Daily Sun newspaper. And what does the Daily Sun have for us this morning? The main headline: federal government moves to hand carry over to the United States. Federal government moves to hand over carry to the United States. Begins the extradition process as NDLEA slammed embattled suspended cop. 6 others with 8-count charge. 8-count charge. Will this 8-count charge further delay his extradition to the U.S.? He has been, the president has been a go-ahead that Abakari be extradited to the United States. But after this go-ahead, the NDLEA has come with another fresh 8-count charge, so as from some perspective, so as to delay the extradition process. On fuel scarcity, NNPC warns against price hike. NNPC, the body in charge of the import and export of petroleum products in Nigeria, is the one warning of price hike. Threatens to sanction marketers selling above 165 naira. Threatening to sanction marketers selling above 165 naira. Firemi Carpets Corporation over 287 billion profit claim. Firemi Carpets Corporation over 287 billion naira profit claim without meeting obligations. Now, 2023 elections will be free, fair and transparent. Yakubu, the INEC commissioner, the INEC chairman, 2023 elections will be free, fair and transparent. That is from Yakubu, INEC chairman. NNPC councils Exxon Mobil's sale to Seplat. Wow. NNPC cancels Exxon Mobil's $1.6 billion oil field asset sales to Seplat. Federal government blames poor electricity supply on low water levels in dams and insecurity. Federal government blames poor electricity supply and on low water levels in dams and also insecurity. Says Nigeria's installed capacity now 18,000 megawatts. Nigeria's installed capacity now 18,000 megawatts. Ukraine federal government delays the evacuation of Nigerians to depart. Arrived Friday. This morning, the first batch has arrived this morning. Okay, constitution review again. Women block National Assembly entrance. Insist on meeting Lawan and Bajabi Amila. Women block National Assembly entrance. Insist on meeting Lawan and Bajabi Amila. 2023 general elections. World eyes on Nigeria, says U.S. ambassador. World eyes on Nigeria, says U.S. ambassador. Task editors, CSOs in promoting democracy. Task editors and CSOs in promoting democracy. Ukwanyi inaugurates newly elected local government chairman, urges them to hit ground running. Let's go straight to the Vanguard this morning. The main headline this morning: Abakari faces dismissal by police trial by NDA. Abakari faces dismissal by police and also trial by NDA. Okay, electricity energy crisis, electricity output plunges, electricity output plunges, long queues for fuel worsens Lagos traffic, long queues for fuel worsens Lagos traffic. APC has lost control of governance, PDP, APC has lost control of governance, that's PDP, despite ban hawking of petrol persists in Abuja roadside, despite the ban hawking of petrol persists in Abuja roadside. Poland delays evacuation of trapped Nigerians not to arrive today. Poland delayed evacuation of Nigerians. They were supposed to arrive yesterday, but they are going to arrive today. 2023, other ethnic nationalities should support president of Igbo extraction. Other ethnic nationalities should support president of Igbo extraction. That is from Edwin Clark. Igboho not yet released from Benin prison. That is cancelled. Igboho not yet released from Benin prison. That is a council. On 23 polls, world's eyes on Nigeria, says U.S. ambassador. U.S. ambassador. Police moved to dismiss Abakari before extradition. Extradition to provide him opportunity to claim himself. Source as NDLEA files 8-count charge against him and 6 others. I want to look at this morning those that have been with us. A big welcome to the program this morning. Who are the early birds? Who are the early birds this morning? I have Ademola Tanda. Good afternoon. Ademola Levinati. Good morning. Elele Bright. Good morning. Larry. Good morning. Brother Yinka Jibola. Good morning. Bright. Mr. Bright. Great guy. Good morning. Udeze Chimma. Good morning also. Agwebo Mafidon. Good morning. I see all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the program this morning. A big welcome to the program this morning. I have Mr. Charles with me this morning, ready to fire on. Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Good morning, our viewers all over the world. Good morning, Mr. Bright Omo. Good morning, Ademola. Good morning, Chidima. Good morning, everybody. And as many.
We thank God that some Nigerians have arrived today from Ukraine.
Well, we really bless God for that. At least they say, for once, the federal government have tried. They have done a little bit what they were supposed to do. Because long time ago, even Ghana have just evacuated their fellow citizens for long. But Nigerians also did their own. Was it yesterday? Well, we thank God for everything. We thank God for the safety. So whatever that brought them back here, I pray that everything will be put in order. And on a very good day, they will still go back to their normal places and continue with whatever they want.
For those that want to go and fight with the Ukrainian army, what will you say to them?
Why would you like to go and fight Ukrainian government, Russian government? Why? I asked a question here yesterday. We have a lot of people dying there in Edo. People are dying here at Ikorodu in Lagos State here. People are dying. Some people they are killing people every day. People have not even volunteered that they want to. Somebody asked a question yesterday that they will not fight because there's no reward for them. Okay. My brother, if you know that you are applying for a visa that you want to go and fight Russia, you better withdraw yourself. But I trust Nigerians. They might be going there because of maybe what they stand to gain.
They have an ulterior motive.
That's an ulterior motive. I trust my people. So, but going there to fight, my brother, Nigerian people will never go there to fight anybody. They are going there personally to enrich themselves because maybe they are lacking some certain things for now. So going there is just for their own personal interest. Not even going there to fight Russia. Why will you go there and fight Russia? We have a lot of people where we have a lot of issues. People are dying in Edo. My best friend is from Edo. And he was telling me what is happening in his particular place as of 2 days ago. I have a friend here. If you go to a place like Sambisa, people are dying on a daily basis. Federal government have not even said people should volunteer so that they will pay those people handsomely. But you are there telling people that they should go to Russia.
Yeah.
This Nigerian government, they are very wicked. Very, very wicked, my brother.
No. It is Russia. They volunteer. It's a volunteer.
What? I also ask you this question. If before you volunteer, is there difference between the lives of those Ukrainian people, citizens, and the life of Nigerians. Is there any difference? Is there any difference between their lives and ours here? We are almost the same thing. We are almost equal in the sight and in the eyes of God. So why would their own be separate from our own?
Okay. How do you look at the sanctions given to Russia by the FIFA body and other sports?
Well, I don't have anything to say on this because even so, it's a club like Leipzig. We are meant to play this Sparta Moscow of Russia in is it Europa or Conference Cup or something like that. They have disqualified, according to them, that they want to disqualify Russia. And that's a place where we have our beloved Victor Moses. That's where Victor Moses plays. So, well, I am not disputing the fact, I am not even arguing that FIFA are not doing what is right. FIFA are not doing, but well, it's also a lesson to others.
A lesson.
It's a lesson to other nations because there's no need for war. My brother, there's no need for war. Are you getting me? You were arguing with somebody yesterday. Somebody was telling that he wants to go for war. And I was busy telling the person, you want to go for war. You have never seen a war. If you have seen a war, my brother, you will not pray for one. I told you, my mom and my dad were all killed in the north. I told you, I don't know if I have said it on this platform here. Now, if somebody has witnessed something like this, you will not pray to witness such a thing again because somebody that is clamoring for war have never witnessed war in his life. Are you getting me? So there's no need. There's no need, saying that people should go in and start going in and fighting for war or doing this. My brother, war in a real sense of it, there's no need to fight. Are you getting me? The best way, the problem I'm having with Russia is, yes, they are claiming to be one of the world powers, world leading powers.
Yeah, they are one of the.
They are one of the world power. Why not go into whatever you want to do through dialogue? Are you getting me? You can dialogue with people. You can do things. You can go in and dialogue with. You claim that Ukraine want to. That's a body of Ukraine that want to segregate themselves or separate themselves from your body and join NATO, right? You have a diplomatic way of financing issues, not going in and start fighting people, killing lives. My problem is when life is being lost. Because I was part and parcel of that. I have witnessed such thing. My brother, in war, there's no you don't stand to gain anything in war except loss of property and lives. The most important thing is life. Are you getting me? So that life we are talking about is the most important thing. So there's no need people coming in, killing themselves, doing one or two. My brother, that is unfair. It's unfair.
The Minister of Labour has said that they don't have money to pay ASU.
I heard it that they said they are going to that they will bring back. They said they will bring back what do you call? They will bring back what is the name of this thing? That 2019, that they will bring the people, the leadership of 2019, that they should come in place and talk. Nigerian government are wicked. Why will you tell me that you don't have money to pay the lecturers, who are the backbones of almost all the great men we have in the society? Medical doctor, without a lecturer, I'm not supposed to be here today. Without a lecturer, I'm not supposed to. A lot of presidents, a lot of these ministers that are talking nonsense today, we're not supposed to be whatever they are. Are you getting me? Because these are people that have trained you. These are people that have put you in place. Are you getting me? Now, why would you tell the federal government that you don't have money? Why would you tell the ASU that you don't have money to pay them? Where is the money? Where is the money that the president keep on borrowing? Where is the money going to? Before Buhari assumed power as the president of this country, he collected a lot of money that were looted by most of these governors. President, where is the money? Where is the money? $500 million, and you say you cannot pay our beloved lecturers. Ordinary a local government councillor here collect thousands upon billions of naira, millions of naira, and you cannot pay our lecturers.
They are looking for life pension.
Why?
They are fighting for life pension. Where is the money they want to?
Where is the money?
For the life pension.
It's not fair. It's not good. It's just wickedness. It's just wickedness, my brother. They are just nothing but wicked. Where is the money?
$8.5 million for evacuation of Nigerian citizens in Ukraine. $8.5 million.
When you go with statistically, it very well, you will find out that that money is not up to that amount. Just to enrich themselves. Very wicked people. Why would they be treating innocent people like that? You said you don't have money to pay the lecturers. You said you don't have money to do. Why will you be doing? Why will you be treating us like that? Lecturers that were supposed to be the highly paid people in the country, but you are not doing anything to put them through. You are not putting. Okay, imagine when I was schooling in UJ before my parents were killed. Do you know I have a lecturer then that cannot even in my area there's a woman that normally cook food. They will come here in the morning, they will collect food or credits. A lecturer from Unity was then. And it was not supposed to be like that. Lecturers were supposed to be paid. Lecturers were supposed to be the most happiest people. If you can, let me tell you, if you don't pay your lecturers very well, that is why you keep on having fake doctors. That is why you keep on having fake medical doctors. That is why you keep on having, unqualified lawyers that cannot even defend the society. People, you're a media man without a lecturer positioning you as a teacher, as your mentor. You are not supposed to be here today. So I don't believe that there's no any amount of money that you can pay or that you will pay the lecturers that should be quantified with whatever they start to get. But you are there claiming that the lecturers, you don't have money to pay. Is it, what's the name of this Minister of Labor? Is it Ngege? My brother, all these old fools, they should just resign, not even honorably, shamefully, because they have failed us. They have failed the general masses. Why would it be a country like Nigerian, claiming that you don't have money to pay the most vital aspect of your ministerial aspect, with educational life? With that educational level, we're supposed to be here today. We are not supposed to be saying all these things. And you'll be claiming that you want to produce the best engineers, the best medical doctors, the best lawyers. And then you too, being the media man, a journalist.
I'm not the best analyst.
Huh?
The best analyst.
We're not supposed to be here, my brother. So that is
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Charles. Let me write your account number straight again. Good morning, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeri Obasa should greet you.
I greet to hear you about you. How is he doing? Is he going to Ukraine too? Tell him that is he going to fight in Ukraine too?
No, it's not. I don't think he has not. I don't know his mind.
He has to go to
I don't know his
Ukraine.
mind.
He has to go to Ukraine.
Nigeria is a funny country. The other time, passengers were looking for bus. Now it is bus that is
Looking for passengers now. So what do you think? What do you think that? What caused that now? What caused that?
I want to ask you the question.
But this is the one you are saying. These buses you are saying, they are crowds. They are crowds, mammoth crowds lining up over there waiting for this bus. So they are loading turn by turn. They can't even pick up all the passengers finished because majority of them they are just coming out to fuel stations, fuel gas stations. Some are stranded there. So it's more or less when you go down there now, you see Nigerian queuing up for bus.
Mr. Kayode, thank you very much. I saw your hand. I saw your hand before I see. Continue.
Okay. So what is going on now is Nigeria queue. Nigeria's scarcity, fuel scarcity now. It's more or less, I can't differentiate it between the people waiting for bus at the bus stations. They are not different from the people in the Ukraine waiting to enter, asylum places where they can just, the war refugees. So we are just political refugees there, as we are now. What is happening now is political refugee, right? Because no transport, because the transport we have cannot get gas into the different vehicles to convey people. So people are stranded as it is now. Look at the whole environment as scanty as the old places. You can't even go to work. You can't get to your destination of work. So what are we now saying? And these are the signs of a failed state. Signs of a failed state we are.
And we don't care.
We don't care because the brain has been programmed to be dormant. They brainwash everybody. Can you imagine now? You are talking about ASU. ASU is the only, channel that can liberate the citizen of any country, which is education, sound education. Why? and they want to kill that education so that everybody will become so everybody will become illiterate in this country, so we won't know our left from our right.
Okay.
And that's the plan. Can you imagine Nigerian government telling us they don't have money to pay house food, but they have money to pay National Assembly? The majority of them just go there to sleep.
Please, let me call this the ask for his account. Okay, Mr. Bright, this is Charles' account details. Very soon he's going to be having his traditional wedding. So this is account details: 3052994383. 3052994383. 3052994383. That is First Bank, Onyodi Charles. Onyodi Charles. Thank you very much, Mr. Bright. Let's continue.
So what are we now saying? ASU said they don't have money.
No, federal government said they don't have money for.
I mean, federal government said they don't have money for ASU, for their needs. But federal government has money for the National Assembly, and the National Assembly too, they are sitting down there. They cannot even raise any voice. They cannot even go against the executive, right? A lot of them just tell them their constituency allowance is not ready or it can't be paid. You will see rancor in that House of Rep, rancor in the National Assembly. See, they want to just put us to, put us on the level of stark illiteracy, so that we will not know what is going on. We will not be able to challenge. We will not know our left from our right. And I'm telling you, the Minister for Labour came out, and I'm so shocked that such statement can come out from, Minister for Labour, Mr. Ngige, Dr. Ngige. He's a medical doctor. I think he's well learned. Nigeria doesn't have money, but where is the money to pay House of Rep, National Assembly, their constituency allowance?
They should take it and.
They should take it, yes. They should take it and pay us. Because a nation without education it will end up as a failed state. Because you will just find out moron that will be ruling you. Dropout primary school student will be ruling, and that is what is happening now. Why are our doctors? Why are they fleeing? Why are they fleeing the nation? Why are they leaving their job and going to better, why are they doing that? It's because there's no future for them. When they realize, when average doctor, average professor realize that an ordinary councillor in local government is earning more than him, the salary of senior professor in universities now is not more than 300,000-400,000, and a councillor with all the political largest, with all the, is any more than that, 500K for a councillor with all the underground, under table deals that they are doing. So why are you not saying that these people, they have to see?
Adamu must go.
Sure, Adamu walked out of them. I listened to the conference meeting they had yesterday. The man now saw that he got nothing to bring on the table. No idea, nothing, and he has to stand up. Gentlemen, this is where I have to leave you guys. He just left them and walk away. Walk out of them. Walk out of the system. Meanwhile, if his son is among those now students that are stranded at home now, they will not be doing that. Let all these government officials, let them come out and tell us the schools their children, attend, the higher institution their children at. You will find out that none of them has their children in any university.
Okay, sorry. Onyedi Charles Izuchukwu, Mr. Bright. Onyedi Charles Izuchukwu, savings. Onyedi Charles Izuchukwu. Thank you very much.
You are disturbing us with this, okay. We will surely welcome you to our league, to our, so we are welcome. Soon we, initiate you to our, So that's just what I'm saying now.
Now they want to renegotiate 2009 agreement.
They want to renegotiate.
What of the ones that have been negotiated?
You've answered the question yourself. The one that's been negotiated during 2009 was Obasanjo regime.
Yeah.
Was it Obasanjo regime?
Yaradua.
Yaradua regime. It's been lingering since that time. Imagine, though. Just to know these people. Thank God that and the best president, the guys that could have done this job, that could have just wipe up this debris of nonsense or debris of accumulated money they are holding out to are the two Nigerian Mr. Was Charles, stop disturbing, come on. You know, they are the two learned president we've ever had. Who are the two learned? Late Yaradua,
Yes.
and Jonathan. But do they do the needful when they were on seat? That is to show these people, they don't send you. They don't care. They don't care about our life. They don't care about our future. So what else do you want to say? That you have a government that cannot put the educational structure. A country that is educated will always be a progressive country. Will always be an innovative, a science-driven, IT-driven country. But look at it as we now, analog people ruling us, directing our life, directing our system of education. So to me, federal government said they don't have money, but they have money to fight, to buy, to Kano.
Security is it not much more important?
But are we seeing any improvement? Are we seeing any improvement? You hear in Niger today, 45 people killed. In Kaduna today, tomorrow, another people killed. You know, and the more you say you buying all these weapons, you are putting them into use. But are they really fighting all these terrorists genuinely? Are they fighting them genuinely? That is the issue. The sponsorer. And what is happening? You don't start war from the top. You start the war from the roots. Who are the sponsor of this? I think we have intelligence, we have DSS, we have the state, what's it called? State undercover police. They can do that. And fish them out. But what is the result? It's just we know the names, we have their names, we are compiling their names. Look at the case of Abba Kyari. If there was no uproar on Abba Kyari, that a lot of people have known his gimmicks, dirty jobs he has done, they wouldn't have even bring up Abba Kyari.
That's why the fact they know.
They know. They're just to stir up and are they
supposed to wait?
That is the only language the Nigerian government have. Look at the NSAS issue. You want to tell me the government did not know that all these NSAS people, they are just killing? There was extrajudiciary killing. You want to tell me they did not know? They knew until the people affected themselves. You see, in Nigeria, they will expect you. They know what they are doing. They know they are maltreating you. They know they are punishing you. But if you don't cry loud, right? If you don't speak out, nobody want to know whether you exist. And that is what is happening now. It's until this NANS now, National Association of Nigerian Students, go on the streets and start creating chaos on the streets. That is when they will know that such people
do they have what it takes to create chaos?
They should have because the spirit of those guys that started NANS are still there. The Mayegus, the Showore, this same Showore, there are a lot of them like that. Malcolm X, you know, those are the NANS students I've ever seen, that the most vibrant NANS students I've ever witnessed in Nigeria. Any small thing, they come on the street, they block the street, with all the armor tanks. I'm even telling you under military then. So why can't they do it?
Military don't shoot at protesters then.
Military don't shoot at protesters. But I beg to disagree with you. Because there was a lot of killings under Abacha. There was a lot of killing under Buhari. Under Babangida then. You know, we all knew what happened then. And you could see during the protest of Abiola that Abacha must go. There was a lot of killing in the Yaraba. The military, they brought the military, they shot at it until those military started shooting themselves. I don't know the local power some people use there, that the military started facing themselves, shooting themselves. So the way it is now, if you are not dogged in this country, if you are a gentleman, you will suffer. As Fela said, say, be gentleman. If you be gentleman in Nigeria, you will suffer, you go tire, you go die. And if you die, Your name na sorry. So that's the language of this country. They know what they are doing to you is bad. But these guys, oh, they are dummy. Don't worry. We can get rid of anything we bring.
Femi Additional says that Nigerians have suffered worse than this. They will survive the current fuel scarcity and poor power supply.
You see now? What are we saying? He said we have suffered
worse than this.
Worse than this. So that we are used to. That is what Femi Additional is saying indirectly. We are used to. We are used to suffer. We are used to suffer head. We are used to that. Original suffer head. We are used to it. So how long will this one we keep going? This thing keep going. How long will it keep with it? How long are we going to stick to this kind of madness that is going on? I pity Nigerian citizens, and likewise I don't pity them. I don't pity Nigerian citizens. Likewise I pity them because I have conscience, right? Because something that past previous administration did to you, another one will still repeat the worst, and you say, okay, no worry, you go better, you go better. I've been hearing it go better, Nigeria go better, Nigeria go better. See, my generation, it's not yet, there's no change on it. No, in an advanced country, if NAS are at home, students are at home now, you will see the whole country will have gone to a protest ground. I'm telling you why. Because once you destroy the destiny of a child, the leader is supposed to be thinking. If you destroy educational system of any child, that child is destroy his education, will still grow up and come back and launch attack on you, because it will have nothing to do than to become a thug on the street, to become a kidnapper on the street, or to become, a money ritual. All what we say now is the advent, is the bad policy of education we have in this country. You said youth are doing Yahoo. A lot of these youth that you said they are doing Yahoo, they are students, they are undergraduates. But they said an idle mind is a devil workshop. But did they know that? No, because their own children, they are in Cambridge University, they are in Howard University, they are in all these universities all over.
Taxpayers' money and corruption money.
Do they have an average politician? Do they have money? Do they have that buoyant money pocket to sponsor his children? It's our money. It's the taxpayers' money. All this money they embezzle. Look at the one in Senate. Look at the one in House of Rep. Why did they always fight for juicy committee? Why they fight themselves? Because they want lucrative committee that they can siphon money. And if you don't know how they operate, if I am chairman of committee on what's it called, Niger Delta, call you for query, for questioning, bribe under the table, exchange hands. So what are we now saying? The people that are supposed to checkmate all these destructive politicians, they cannot, because they are part of the goodies. They've been sharing part of the goodies. These people are looting. So where are we going in this country? Where is our destination? I think average Nigeria has not known where his destination, the destination is heading up to. So to me, I see very soon, if you push man to the wall, if you push somebody to the wall, nonetheless, we are still breaking the wall. But that wall, we will meet a concrete that we will have to bounce back and face those people second time again. The answers happen. They should have taught their lesson under the answers. But the second one may be bloody. I'm saying it. I'm not inciting them, but I'm just telling them the reality. A fool self will know that the way you are treating these people, you have to find a quick solution to their problem. Today, fuel scarcity, tomorrow increment in energy, next tomorrow increment in food stuff, next tomorrow insecurity, Boko Haram, coming to your domain to attack you. Abba.
Wait, just 1 minute. Oh, yeah, spell your name, the name of your account.
My surname is Onyegi. Onyegi.
Okay.
Charles Izuchukwu.
Thank you very much. I have Mr. Okay, Morris, Mr. Chigozie.
Yeah, good
Can
morning.
see your brother shining.
Yeah. You want to do the needful.
Okay, let me read this out to you. Femi Adesina says that Nigeria have faced a worse situation than this. That is before crisis. They will survive.
Well, what what matters is that what matters is the impact and the resentment, the impact of this adversity on the masses has been, of course, have been building up over the years, and resentment as well has built up over the years. So you cannot expect the people to still be suffering and smiling. So, in fact, we are not created to do same. We are not created to be suffering and smiling. You see, God endowed us with everything we needed to live a very comfortable life and a happy life. But we comfortable and live a happy life in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
So whatever Femi Adesina is saying is just an example of an average Nigerian journalist, and it's very unfortunate. He doesn't know the prompts and the sufferings people have been subjected to. Unfortunately, as useless as this country is, the the Minister of Petroleum has been flown out of the country. The president presides as the president and commander-in-chief of armed forces, and also as the Minister of Petroleum. You see, which means as the landlord, you have to lock the gate and put the key. It doesn't matter what you're facing, depending on when it's back, maybe in 2 weeks' time or in a month time. You see, he refused to address the pertinent issue affecting the support citizens as the minister of petroleum. You see, he should have been answerable to the president, and unfortunately, he is the one presiding as the president and the minister, which of course the NNPC and other parastatals are subject to him, reports to him. So if the president is not around, which also doubles as the as the petroleum minister. So what do you expect of this country? You can see the level of rascality and the impunity.
So many things are wrong with this country.
Not so many things. Everything virtually is wrong. How could you expect this to work? Rather than sitting down and, of course, rubbing minds and see how things can be facilitated to cushion the effects. You see, prior to this time, I went to around my 12. Only from this bus stop, from over to here is 500 naira, which on normal basis should be 300. Or you can even manipulate yourself. There's a place you can board for 200. So you can imagine I was very shocked. And if you don't have the resources within you, the person will be stranded. And unfortunately, the Minister of Petroleum has fled the country to go and enjoy himself. Right. You see, ever since he has assumed the is it leadership position or tyrant position?
So sorry, let me.
Unfortunately, things have not
this, our upcoming groom 070-323-17103 070-323-17103. One more time, 070-323-17103. Mr. Bryce, thank you.
That is fundamental. So, and unfortunately, I'm not seeing an end to this. This, of course, will linger In as much as the landlord of the
Pastor
house
said last time that
have left
they will resolve it.
the country.
Pastor said they will resolve it last time.
Who is
We are
pastor?
we are saying
Why do you call him pastor? Did he tell you that he packed such degree? His name is Mr. Matthew, and we shouldn't be deceiving ourselves in this part of the country. You see, what is important is that people are suffering, and we can no longer live in such a denial or deception.
if you cannot,
And unfortunately,
what are we doing not to live in that denial?
that is the what I'm telling the world. I have maintained this position ever since. See, when you go to when you queue up for fuel in the filling stations or in the black market, nobody will tell you, are you a Christian or a Muslim? You see, if they're selling it 300, whether you're a Christian or a Buddhist or a Muslim or a traditionalist, you will also buy it at 300. So it's high time we begin to, think as human beings, begin to think above all these sentiments and all that. You see, the country, people are dying of hunger. And when you go to market, they will not ask you whether you're a Buddhist or a Christian or a Muslim before you'll be attended to. You see, the economic hazard is affecting everybody, irrespective of your status or your position. But the advantage of the political elite is that they have enough money to spend and to throw around, and it's very unfortunate.
Okay, long queues are first station worsening Lagos traffic. Despite ban, hawking of petrol persists on Abuja roadside, and now we are having energy crisis. Electricity output plunges. More suffering. Now the Minister of Labour said there's no money for ASU lecturers. The federal government doesn't have money for their demands.
You can imagine. You can imagine in a sovereign state in this 21st century, where priority should be given to education, should be given to technological advancements. Where, of course, you see how prepared Russia is in this war. I know that Russia must have taken Putin about 2 decades to prepare for this war. That is what I envisage, and I don't see Russia backing down any moment, anytime soon.
Largest nuclear plants this morning. They seized that
from Ukraine, and they're bombarding everywhere, which might escalate to nuclear war. You see, it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. You can see how advanced they have gone. And here we cannot produce toothpick. You see, and the likes of Omar Bright will be condemning me. Nigeria cannot produce made toothpick. Even matches, the match we use to ignite light, you can't produce it here. Why Russians have spent billions of dollars in research, in advanced research, in technology, in how to subdue the whole world. And you are here talking of a useless government, a useless state, saying that they don't have money to cater for the lecturers. You can imagine the level of madness. That's why I tell you there is no progress. This country will never move forward with this level of mentality. How can you tell me that lecturers and professors who are saddled with the responsibility of building, a civilized system, telling them that they should go to hell? That is another word, a better word. They should go to hell with their certificate and with their contribution to societal and developmental strides. Then if you don't have money for the lecturers, for the allowances, and to even equip the classroom or the studying hall, I told you my experience. During my varsities days, one day we went to Futo, the so-called Federal University of Technology, Owerri. I saw where they are taking exams, sitting for exams. You will not even imagine. People are walking in and walking out. Even Imo State University is more structured than the so-called Puto, which is a federal university. I walked in there and went out. I'm not part of. I'm from Imo State. And people from Imo State can also go there and write exam for the photos. Those are interested in run, and they will be caught. You can imagine the level of how devastating the situation is. And unfortunately, you don't have to blame, of course, the people if they should resort to endless or indefinite strike. You don't have money for the lecturers, for the allowances, and of course, for the upkeep of their family. They also have families. But you have money for Boko Haram to pay them ransom and for other frivolities. Things that could not contribute to national development. What's a useless entity?
Gridlock, truckers and the truck users accuse LASMA and security agencies of extortion.
Yes, when the top is rotten, when the source of a fountain is decayed or is producing a foul odor, it also flow down to the base. So that is what is happening. There is recklessness, there is breakdown of law and order, even by those who should know better, by those who should have cite example to the masses. So whatever is seen is just a ripple effect of what is unfortunately, of course, flowing across the length and breadth of this country.
Okay, thank you.
And I think we should return to the era of Russia and Ukraine, because we have seen that negotiation or dialogue cannot solve the problem of Nigeria. How can you believe in a country that the labor minister or minister of education said that there's no money to pay to cater for the needs of the lecturers, which will also affect the majority of our undergraduates? So they are learning in a more deplorable environment that is anti-studies, that cannot even allow you to assimilate. What are the money borrowing and all these frivolities for? What are the budgets and not budgets and extortions on daily basis meant for? So I think the only language is to prepare for war if you really need peace, because there cannot be absolute peace. There cannot be peace except every party is given that opportunity to express itself, and there is a compromise that will, of course, better the lot of everyone. You cannot enforce this on people. Look at, imagine, that's why people are leaving the source of even lecturers. Doctors are leaving in Nigeria. Doctors has no job. They are still running about, patching from one private hospital to the other, only to keep the stomach warm. There are no structures, and there is no intention to do that anytime soon. How can we be grouping in such? Destroy the entire system. No wonder if you don't have money to pay for the lecturers, to give them a better working condition. Not a working, but you create a job for the teeming populations of the graduates who are roaming out the street. Of course, who should have contributed to the national development and growth. You can see where Nigeria is heading to. Maybe the next Hiroshima will be sited in Nigeria. The only way forward is referendum. Otherwise, forget about it.
Okay.
And prepare for the worst.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew. Mr. Chigozie is always putting forth a strong statement every time he comes. I want you to talk about the Minister of Labour saying that there are no funds for the lecturer as of now.
Thank you for having me. Matthew is the name. It tells you where they place their priority. It tells you that they are not interested
in improving the educational system in Nigeria. And unfortunately, most of them have the funds, the resources to send their children to schools outside the country. And in a way, anyone that goes out there, gets educated, come back to Nigerian labor market, is always having an advantage over the ones that school here. In most cases, they come as expatriates. So I'm not surprised because it tells you where they place their priority. And again, it's unfortunate that the society is not giving this ASU issue the seriousness it deserves. Because for me, all stakeholders needed to synergize against, not necessarily against the government anyway, they needed to synergize to put pressure on the government to do the needful. And the needful is to adequately fund the educational system in Nigeria. I would have expected a situation where both TUC, NSC, we join force with ASU in form of solidarity to put pressure on the government to do the needful. Because I think the strike of ASU alone is not yielding the necessary needed results. But if a body like ASU, if a body like TUC, NSC, to join force with ASU, I think it will further put pressure on government to do the needful. Okay. Because whether we like it or not, it behoves on the government to fund the educational system in Nigeria. Because until you do that, the lecturers cannot put in their best. And the funding is not just in the area of putting money in the pocket of the lecturers by way of remuneration. It goes beyond that because most of the university system, you have areas of research. So if the lecturers are lacking in terms of their remuneration, the area of research is equally not being funded. So I think we should call on all stakeholders in Nigeria to synergize, to put pressure on the federal government to see reason why they should look for funds to fund the educational sector.
They're not putting enough pressure.
The pressure is not enough. Because if federal government without any pressure can tell us that they are borrowing $200 million to buy mosquito nets. The mosquito net we are not seeing anyway. I don't know whether I've not seen any mosquito net being given out to people in Lagos. I don't know whether elsewhere anyway that is being financed by federal government. So if they could be spending that humongous amount to procure mosquito nets, and if they could be spending borrowing billions of dollars to build water projects that we are not equally seeing. So I don't see the reason they will not even borrow if the need arises to fund the educational sector. And if they are borrowing to fund the educational sector, I think it's a wise adventure. Because if you get it right in education, you are getting it right in all spheres of life in Nigeria. Whether in the area of economy, security, name it. All the areas, all the sectors of the economy will be addressed if you get it right in the area of education. Because it's through that education, tertiary institutions that produce graduates, experts, who will galvanize the economy in all the areas of human endeavor to give us good result in overall appraisal of our economy.
Okay, fuel scarcity. NNPC warns against price hike, threatening to sanction marketers selling above 165 naira per liter.
It is not just enough to be warning against price hike. They should do the needful. Two things are involved. One, the relevant government agencies that are saddled with the responsibility of sanctioning anyone that runs foul of the constitution. In this case, anyone that is selling above government regulated price, because we can understand that the PMS is regulated and government is paying subsidy. So if a product that is already subsidized, you turn around to sell it higher than the controlled price, it means you are earning subsidy at the end of the day, exploiting Nigerians. So to that extent, the relevant government agency that is saddled with the responsibility of checking the price control to move in and ensure that people who are shortchanging Nigerians are arrested and prosecuted. The other one is, I think the NFP, they are talking about having stock, a reserve, to cushion the effect of the shortage we are seeing. So they should continue to roll it out. As they're rolling it out, before they get that stock exhausted, the reserve exhausted, they should look at alternative ways of bridging the gap that is created in the supply chain.
Okay.
So that even as they exhaust the reserve, we will be having supply from elsewhere in terms of refined products. I'm talking of petroleum, premium motor spirit. So for me, NNPC should not just be playing to the gallery by coming to the press to make press releases to address the world. They should do the needful by using government agencies responsible for controlling the price to check excesses of dealers, and they should release the strategic result they are talking about so that we can have the problem resolved. But whether we like it or not, if there is abundance, if there is enough PMS in the filling stations, people will not hold it. People are holding it because they don't have enough. People are holding it though there is angle of speculation. But if they can release the strategic result they are talking about, and people can see tankers moving here and there, dispensing in almost all the filling stations that needed it, and you go there, you see it to buy. I don't think there will be need for price hike.
Okay, Abakari faces dismissal by police and also trial by NDLEA. Later 8 count slash on Abakari. Do you think the extradition will still continue?
It is not unexpected. The extradition has nothing to do with the allegation against him by Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency. I'm coming. If his accusation in Nigeria were to border on the issue related to hot copy involvement, you'll be talking about double jeopardy. Because in law, they say if you have been tried in Nigeria, for instance, for maybe armed robbery, and the same offense, you are wanted in America, there will be argument that it will amount to double jeopardy, okay, that you cannot be subjected to double jeopardy. But in this case, the case he has in America is quite different from the drug law issue. So even if he's made to face charges here in Nigeria, bordering on drug-related offenses or allegations, it has nothing to, it will not deter the government from starting or continuing with the process of extradition. Even if he served jail time in Nigeria on drug law-related offenses, that does not stop him from being extradited to America to face the charges in America because they are not related. Okay. So I don't see any way the issue in America or the one in Nigeria will hinder the extradition process because there are two different issues entirely.
Okay. Lastly, good news that Nigerians from Ukraine, the first batch has landed in the country.
From Poland.
We expect that others would land. Okay. Lastly, let's look at federal government blames poor electricity supply on low water levels in dams and also insecurity.
I'm not surprised because this government have a history of blinking. Their hallmark is to look for what to blame when there is an issue, instead of facing it and trying to see how they can resolve it. I could recall that this government has severally said that they want to diversify source of power generation. So if they have said it and if they are diversifying, they have talked about apart from the dam, which they are saying the water level is coming down, they are talking about using what's called solar panels. So much that they even tinker with having it replicated in different places, so that if you have it in Ikeja, for instance, you can serve Ikeja. You go to like Oshodi, have another mini solar plant, panel, so that it serves that vicinity. Even to the extent that you can have a market, you have solar panels that can serve just that market. So why are they not doing enough diversification? Why are they largely relying on dam? That's on one hand. Most power plants that run on gas that government is building and they intend to build, that they are spending billions of naira, if not dollar, building. Why are those ones not running? Those ones do not depend on water level to run because we have abundant gas to the extent that we are flaring it, we are waiting it. So why don't you put it to good use by deploying it to power all the power stations that run on gas?
Okay.
So the excuse of water level going down as an excuse for low power supply, for me, it is a flimsy excuse.
Thank you very
It's the
much.
excuse of a layman.
Mr. Matthew, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Contribution. Okay. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you looking at the fuel scarcity?
Hello?
How are you looking at the fuel scarcity?
In the first scarcity,
Yeah.
the whole nation.
Yeah. In Lagos, how is it affecting you?
It's affecting virtually all Nigerians. Because when you're talking about fuel, you get it now. Before you can move, you need to get fuel in your vehicles. And some places you cannot walk. You need to fly the vehicles, buses, anyone. What I'm saying in essence is that the government should look into this first scarcity. It's becoming too burdensome and too hard on Nigeria. I'm pleading on the government.
You are pleading
I'm pleading.
on the government.
Yes.
How long shall we plead? How long shall we plead?
My pleading is that the 3 tiers of government and those at the national level, they should try as much as possible to put machinery in motion. Are you getting it now? To make sure that the fuel get into the country.
Are we supposed to plead before they do their job?
To be frank with you, Nigeria are not happy with the government. Wait, sir. Before now, they said there is a bad fuel coming to the country. Are you getting it now? Now they're saying it's electricity that's causing the country. No, when you say that you have bad fuel coming into the country, there are some people that imported it to the country. Have they
Are we the ones to sanction or the government?
It's the government that will do that.
So why I don't know. Don't they know that they are supposed to sanction them?
They are the ones that sanction them.
Don't they know?
They knew.
Then why have they not done it?
Before now, I heard that I saw the speaker of that assembly, addressing some of these stakeholders that are involved.
We have over a month now.
I understand.
It has not been addressed.
But what they want to do really is that, from my own perspective, is that they really want to increase the fuel. All this rigmarole.
So why are you pleading?
We are pleading because there is hardship on Nigerians. If they push Nigerians to the wall, there will be another NSAS on first.
Aside pleading,
yes.
Is there not any other thing that you can do?
There's nothing we can do.
There's nothing we can do.
What we can do is that we are going to protest. If it's coming to bodies, if it's making too much in Nigeria, we protest on it. Just in Nigeria on the street, protesting. And that's why that is government. What I discovered is that what they want and just to be doing is that they want to be protesting before they can do the needs for us.
Would pleading work?
Pleading will not work.
So you are pleading?
I'm pleading for them for now.
I know it will not work.
With what will work now is that when they push us to the wall, they're going to push us to the wall.
Okay, now as a Nigerian, you have not been pushed to the wall like this.
If we push to the wall, everybody will campaign and will push the push.
At what point in time would a Nigerian be pushed to the wall?
When we get to the process, we know it. Don't worry.
So Nigerians, we are okay. Well,
no,
Femi Adesina said is that Nigeria they can bear with the situation.
No, we cannot more bear to do. Okay, there is the movement already coming up. Okay, on this issue. If they push us to the wall, I cannot be opening up on the air to say.
Good morning, Mr. Raphael.
Good morning,
Mr. Raphael.
I know I'm a gentleman.
You're a gentleman.
If anybody says so, it will go. If anybody make noise here, I throw my phone at you.
Mr. Raphael.
Listen to me. Some persons will come and be making a noise when somebody is talking. I don't like it. Or I stop coming from this man.
Mr. Raphael.
Christian, instruct your commentators. Anytime they talk, they should respect themselves and stay away from me.
Let's go. Let's continue.
Anybody attack?
Nobody's going to attack you.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, viewers. Okay. Please, I owe you apology for this disruption. It indicates that some persons, after their own turn, they will come and be making noise.
Mr. Raphael,
I apologize to you.
You don't need this. Let's just move on. Federal government moves to hand clearing over to the United States. But yet, there's an 8-count charge by NDLE. Would that slow the process of extradition?
It is so obvious that the case that comes so late, on Abakari is a setup somehow. Ask me why. Federal government, of course, knows that America needed this man since, I think, last year. Yeah, Hot Puppy's case was last year. They should have extradited him to United States of America. Why wasting all this time? Why this government red tape? Procrastination. Do you understand? Procrastination in government, that is government red tape, or you call it procrastination. Yeah. So why wasting time? Now, they have seen that it is so evidential that FBI has indicted Abakari. This case just springs up from nowhere. This is my late hour suspicion. Because clearly, if FBI knows that it's on the net of the NDLA, they will what? Decline from coming. Federal government of liars. Let me tell you, this government is full of liars. It's full of double standard. They know that if they bring up a new case, it will be very difficult to extradite him. If US find out that this man is in Nigerian prison or detention facilities, America will not come. America follows law. So what I'm trying to say now is that one thing happens before another. The first issue was what? Financial crime. It should go for the first one. After answering to it in the United States of America, it should come back. So what I'm trying to profile here is extradition first. Because he committed the financial crime, he connived with a Hot Puppy, duped many companies in the United States of America, the first crime. So this time around, he should go in for extradition. Before answering to NDLA, NDLA is a matter that should come up later against Abakari. Abakari should go first of all to United States and answer to the scam crime he committed in conjunction with Hot Puppy.
What will conclude this case now? What do you think will conclude this case at the end?
Thank you so much. What we concluded is the police, Nigerian police force, they have been so economical. What? With the truth. They tried over the months, over the past months, to shield Abakari from facing extradition into the United States of America. Now, game up. United States is one country I know that has drug trafficking. Anything drug offense, America doesn't like it. If you commit financial crimes in America, they will take it. They would be very lenient, soft, naive to prosecute you. But let me tell you, if you commit drug offense in America, surely you are going to answer to it. So what I'm trying to say now is that the our charges of drug or discovery that this man is involved in drug cartel is what will orchestrate or fuel more the fire of extradition into the United States of America, because it will facilitate it. Thank you. FBI, MUST must come to pick him. If Nigeria failure to extradite him, the end of this case, as you ask me, is going to be in favor of justice. Nobody will ever.
I'm looking at many heads will roll.
Yes, that is it. Many of them are into it. They are coming up with investigative journalism. Many of them are involved. Abakari's team have been bad. Abakari scared of SARS.
One has escaped. One is at large.
Okay, it's at large now.
One of them is at large.
Thank you. Many heads will be involved, and many heads will be what? Punished or penalized by the states. Ask me why. You see, scam case, that's financial crimes. You see, drug case, America is always good on prosecution, prosecuting any individual that are involved in such offenses. Ask me why. Manuel Noriega, I know that you guys have forgotten in a haste. Manuel Noriega of Panama in 1991 was what? Abducted, kidnapped by the US government. Manuel Noriega was sponsoring drug cartel in Panama. And this drug cartel, they ferry the drugs, they traffic the drugs, they ferry drugs into the United States of America. And America, under the regime of, who was the president then? I think George Bush, won them. They could not desist. What happened? They invaded Panama and abducted Panama president. in the person of Manuel Noriega. It was just like a drama, but it was a success. If America find out that Nigeria police or Nigeria authority, federal government of liars, are still trying to sweep the cases, do you understand, of this man Abakari under carpet, America is coming after him. Because that drug trafficking is a serious offense in America.
Okay, let's leave Abakari. Let's go to the lecturers. Minister of Labor, Ngige.
Yeah, Ngige, my uncle.
There's no money for lecturers.
For lecturers. No money for lecturers. A country that budgeted how much this year? Do you know the amount they budgeted this year is over? I think it's over the tune of something trillion. I think.
No.
Is it?
I think it's 13.
13. Okay, the money 13 trillion. Now they could not pay lecturers. Look, let me tell you, they are being economical with the truth.
You 3 trillion.
3 trillion. Okay, if you don't pay lecturers, if you don't pay teachers, let's use simple language. Teachers. What is the best profession? People has been over the years good argumentatives. Just understand, dragging it between farmer. Teachers, the best profession on earth. Do you know that if you don't pay lecturers, it means you are neglecting what? That education sector. You turn your back on education, you think you can move forward. How many of them in the federal government, departments, federal departments, understand, government departments that are not educated? No wonder Adama Adamu is the Minister of Education in Nigeria. Adama Adamu, a man whose credibility to handle that office is still seriously in doubt. Adama Adamu, what does he know? A man who was just within 3 months they made him Minister of Education, remove history from our education curriculum and the Bible, Christian, religious knowledge out of our curriculum. Meaning he turned his back on Christians and what? And showcased to the whole world Islamic religion. Adama Adamu, to me, is not more educated than I. No, I'm telling you the truth. Because if he is, he should show it in discharge of his official what? Duty or capacity. At that capacity, he shouldn't have removed K or something like that.
Yes,
you understand? Or history. Failure to read history, you won't know where you come from. You wouldn't know the origination of the Fulani race. You won't know where the Igbos originates from. You won't know where the Yorubas come from. You won't know even our tradition and culture. He removed history. Is he an educated man? The man was there based on what? Not on competence. Or what? His education qualification. He is there based on, you don't know again, nepotism and favoritism. Yeah? Yes, because it's from Fulani extraction. Buhari put a man who does not have good certificate in education, Minister of Education. He's the Minister of Education and he's not qualified to be there. That's why you see education in Nigeria, education sector, what's deteriorating. Education sectors are deteriorating in the sense that if you get to most of Nigerian universities, you will say sorry to our students, you will say sorry to all the commissioners of education across the country, then you will start saying sorry to the VC, Vice Chancellors in the universities. They don't have toilets. The facilities, toilets in the Nigerian universities, go to UNN, go to Unilag, dilapidating, deteriorating, so frail. Somebody that has called himself Minister of Education, Adama Adamu, it sounds so Greek in the air. While listening at it, it will twist. You are. Oh my God, Adama Adamu is not fitted into that.
Okay, lastly, let's look at 2023 elections will be free and fair and also transparent.
We know that, but we know that some desperate politicians, they will not allow election to hold because the electoral bill has been signed. Many things have been signed into law. One, once the electorate or once people exercise their franchise, civility, civil rights, it goes direct to the INEC portal, INEC website. People will start counting. Each and every party agents in Nigeria will start counting and taking it down with their biros. You see, collection center. La, tra, la, la. That is the job is not. You cannot go and manipulate ballot box while in the collection center. You can no longer manipulate votes in the bus on your way to collection center. It is always lucid and clear. The whole election will be like double standard or cheating. Nobody will cheat again. No manipulation again. That's why I'm telling you, some desperate politicians will be bent on stealing the ballot box. They will cut away the ballot box and ready to kill anybody that comes their way. So what happens in comes 2023? I predict again. Electorate should be very careful. If you are going to vote, vote and go to your house. Don't stay there, because some persons who have seen that signing electoral bill have stopped them from what? Manipulation, stealing ballot box has, come to be. And we are going to have a credible election in 2023. Christian, but I'm profiling solution. I'm saying suggesting that people should be very careful because of desperate politicians who might resort to killing, shooting the electorate, shooting innocent Nigerians, all in the name that they have failed with their what? Crafty schemes.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Raphael, I have the youngest,
my brother wants to get married too.
Good morning.
Anyway,
Good morning.
thank you so much. That's a very good rendition from my brother. And I want to tell you that my marriage has been in the past.
Okay, thank you.
I've got you.
Thank you. Look at what you caused now.
Kudos to Mr. Charles, the man that wants to get married, despite the hard economic policies, but still, man must marry.
No,
please and please.
He found love in these trying times.
He found I just hope and pray God should give him every.
We are waiting for you. We're waiting for you.
Waiting for who?
For you to get married.
For
you to get married.
That's an speech. I can see for that.
Okay, no money for the lecturers. That is from the Minister of Labour.
No money for the lecturers. Minister of Labour and Productivity, Chris Ngige. He has said it all. So what else do you want him to say? There's no money, there's no money.
Nigeria doesn't have money.
There's no money, there's no money.
$8.5 million budgeted to evacuate 2,000.
No, the government have given the money to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and so far so good. They were evacuated only how many Nigerians? Just 209. 209.
They arrived this morning.
209, yes, arrived this morning now. Now, I tell him now, that money is spent, $8.5 million is being catered for just 209 persons, just to evacuate 209 persons.
They are giving everybody, each person $100 also.
They are giving any person understatement. Nigeria government will tell you they will give. How sure are you they will fulfill the promises? Mr. C, I don't believe in Nigeria government. That word is a tentative statement which cannot be proven until when I see one of the returnees come out and say, government gave me this money. That is when I can believe them. Not government telling us we will give them $100. After the report, $100 is about 56,000 naira. Now, how do you think 56,000 naira do to cater for someone who has lost everything there, coming, just relocating from Ukraine to Nigeria to start up a new life? 56,000 naira. Now, if dollar is 565 naira to $1, that is the exchange rate now. How do you think 56,000 naira can cater for a returnee that left Ukraine, that has lost the means of livelihood? Now, maybe coming to Nigeria now, he or she does not have business to even thrive on, does not have capital to put up business. No, is that a sensible government? Is that a sensible government? Is that a sensible government? A sensible government will ask them to have for them to come out with what business plan. Bring out the business plan. Let government give you capital support to start up your business. See, my brother, 56,000 naira cannot feed them for 3 days. Look at the mess we find ourselves. And now you budgeted $8.5 million just to evacuate 209 citizens. And now there is no money to give to lecturers. There is no money to what? To rehabilitate our Nigerian university. There is no money to put. There's no money to build infrastructure in this country. But because that money that has been signed to what? Evacuate those 209 returnees has not ended in public. Sorry, has not ended in a private hand. The minister of foreign affairs, what's his name?
Onyema.
Yes, Onyema, he has cash out. He has cash out because it's now.
The money is 1.8 billion.
How much is that?
1.8
Sorry,
billion.
1.8 billion to evacuate how many people? How many people?
No, then it's enough. It's enough.
It's enough for.
Mr.
What are you saying?
Mr. Christian, now what does it take them? Just see, no money is supposed to be given to Minister of Foreign Affairs to evacuate Nigerian citizens.
From Ukraine to Nigeria.
What are the processes?
Billion
Mr.
naira.
Christian,
For how
no,
many
what are the
people?
processes?
49.
What are the processes?
No, 2,000.
No, see,
1,000.
Yeah.
Is
I
this
said,
ship?
no money is supposed to be given. Government is not supposed to give a dime. You have private jets, you have airports, air carrier. Because of the money we go into private pockets. See where for ourselves.
That's the Nigerian.
That's not the down.
Yes. 2023 elections will be free, fair, and transparent. That's from Yakubu, looking at the signage of the electoral bill.
It will not be. It will be free fair to some extent, but there might be a lot of some itches there because now this is the first time you are transferring electronic system of voting. So you should not post. Now you should transfer it first and see. I think you should transfer it in the states. There is election in Ekiti and there is election in Osun State. So with that state, when it transfer it there, so you can come out and tell Nigerians that 2023 election will be free and fair. If I pray and hope that our politicians does not act the system because he was saying it now that what election will be transmitted via means that some politicians would now disrupt votes in the polling units because there are some politicians who still doesn't want election to be transmitted via electronic means. So they might still carry on their own evil act to make sure that was at the polling units, election is not being transmitted.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. You have anything you want to talk about? Fuel scarcity, NNPC once again price hike. Let's look at this from this angle. Long queues for fuel was in Lagos. APC has, despite ban hawking of petrol persist on Abuja roadside. What do you think?
Why won't it persist? When you can no longer access PMS, then you can. So how will tell people not to sell? How
is to sanction marketers selling above 165 naira per litre?
Government, they are unserious. If there is fuel, if you have surplus fuel, nobody will sell 165 above per litre. Then make the fuel. This issue of fuel now is no longer about outdated fuel. It is the government wants to hike this fuel price. How many months? How many weeks are this fuel? It is beyond outdated fuel. I think there is more to it. The government is not sincere. The president is in London. The president is in London for medical checkup. Unemployment is there in Nigeria. Insecurity is there in Nigeria. Starvation is there in Nigeria. Fuel crisis, Wahala is still here in Nigeria. The president has gone to London.
The wife is in Dubai.
The wife is in Dubai. Aisha Buhari celebrated her birthday on Tuesday. You know, the Nigerian governor's wife, majority of our governors, 2K to Dubai just to marry with her. You can see how few less our people is. Some governor's wife under the umbrella of APC governor's wife forum went to Dubai, traveled all the way from Nigeria with tax money to marry with the wife, just to present cake to Aisha Buhari. Aisha Buhari is no longer living in Nigeria. Someone said she's doing a remote work in Dubai. A first lady. She has done the short of the country. Her husband too have done the short of the country now to London for medical checkup. We are not left with hope. Nigerians are left with hope. More hardship. And Buhari also is the minister of he travel as the minister of petroleum. Mr. Kusen, the best way is for you to japa. Because every now and then it keeps getting worse. Now there is no fuel. We know them. So that's what I was saying. That now we don't have a president that cares for the people. Because if truly he cares for the people, he should not be in London treating himself now in the midst of this. I tell you, I said the president has located. The wife of the president is in Dubai. Now unemployment has not been located to abroad. Poverty is still in Nigeria. Epileptic power supply is still very much around because what is the way forward for us?
I'm asking you, what's the way forward?
What is the way forward for us?
You said Japa.
Japa, yes. There's no. Look at how people are. Look at how people are. ASU is on strike. You cannot give now. You are not to them. He's saying there's no money to pay lecturers. There's no money. They say education is the bedrock. Is the bedrock of every society. But what Nigerian states is different. Poverty is the bedrock in our own system. The government don't want us to be educated. A minister of education, Adamu, his son, graduated last month, abroad. So now, how do you think such man can feel the pains of what? How can you think such man can feel the pains of the poor Nigerians who cannot afford to study abroad? He will not be remorseful because his son is studying abroad. But for people like us who cannot afford to study abroad, now what is the hope of the common ones? There, it's a strike every now and then. It's a strike.
Since I was born, we are having strike.
What does it take for government to resolve this house to strike? It takes them nothing. Just make sure the lecturers have been taken care of. I start to be corrected. A lecturer in a university does not earn 500,000 naira. A lecturer, a professor that is well read, and another person does not earn 500,000 naira. Principal earn below.
Somebody is asking, do you still want to be adopted?
Every day, keep asking, do I see who is? Mr. Kayode. See, adoption, they my eye. I beg, if there's a way you can adopt it because there's no a country that cannot even pay is striking lecturers. Their system is in chaos. There's no medical facility in this country. Look at us. The only thing that keeps us is just wake up, eat, sleep again. Wake up, eat, sleep again.
Thank you very much.
To buttress what?
No,
you have to talk.
No.
I have to talk. Don't drag me, man. I have to talk. I want to yap them. Are you person?
Wait.
Wait. I can talk. Let me talk now.
Wait.
ASU is on strike. And some president, ex-president, ex-vice president, they are running the university in Nigeria.
We know.
Shut those universities down.
We know.
You are saying I should not talk. Be careful.
We
Be
know.
careful. Are you part of them? They're not going to give you money.
We know.
Calm down.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Let us support.
Give them the language.
Hey, my guy, listen to what is happening?
What's some Nigerians from Ukraine have landed this morning.
They landed this morning.
Yeah, some 200 out of 2,000 and something.
Out of 2,000, 200. What about the rest?
They are coming.
That's why it's a gradually process. It's a positive. We thank God for the government rescuing our citizens, because we thought they are not going to rescue even one. Because now they have done well in that aspect. But the real manage of the language is they have to do more and bring the rest. But for not allow them to die there.
Okay, for ASU and Minister of Labour has said that no money for ASU lecturers. There's no money.
That means everybody should go home. The Minister of Education should say
Labour
is in charge of the situation. He said no money to pay lecturers. And everybody should go home and rest. Let the department go home. Let the lecturer go home and let the student go home. Let it go for more politics and more kidnapping. And let the country blow up. That is what he's trying to tell us now. So everybody should go home. When there's no money to pay teacher, would they be hungry stomach to go to the classroom? It's not possible. When we have money, you are giving money to, I heard that you give $1 million to Afghanistan. If one journalist was saying, if we give $1 million to our lecturer, they will go back to school. They will go back to the classroom. Why would you do all those? Because Nigeria is boiling, you are somewhere Kenya. So Nigeria is boiling.
There is not fair for you to tell lecturers to go home.
Because why don't you say no money and there is money?
There is money.
There is money now. There is money, there are billion. Okay, what about those private universities? Are they still going to school? Or you say everybody lecturer involved? Is it private and the government, are they involved? Are the lecturer in private university, are they going to school or they are on strike?
Okay.
Are they going to are they still lecturing their students?
Some of them are not on strike.
Huh?
Some of them are not, in the federal universities
that's on strike. Yeah. Okay, the private one is not on strike.
Some of them are not on strike.
Let all of them join the strike now. Let the language face everywhere. Let the pay be everywhere. Not some few because of money. They are not giving money. You are not doing private university, and you use the federal government money to build it. And now the citizens of Nigeria that are going to government university, you can't pay them.
How is fuel scarcity now?
It's getting out of hand. Every day here, NNPC say have 30-something billion liters of petrol. Where is the 30-something billion liters?
No, it's 2 billion, not 30-something.
Huh?
2 billion.
2 billion. And say we circulate. How long will it circulate?
They are taking their time.
They are taking their time. Let them take their time urgently because Nigeria is suffering. Look at everybody tracking. Don't vehicle on the road. Don't fuel. The language is bad. Where is the fuel? 7,000 naira per liter. Okay, I should have 7,000 to go and buy it. You do have 1 naira in your pocket there. You don't have money. You are a fucking lion there. You are laughing. Yeah, is a bad country. Everybody is suffering.
Okay, Nigerians have suffered worse than this before. They will survive current fuel scarcity.
Okay.
That from Femi Adesina.
In the favor of the father. Because the father is one that giving money to eat. If you don't talk like that, the money will be seized. Nigeria is a country of kangaroo. People are just suffering anyhow. Suffering and smiling according to Fela and Nicola Poppins. That's what we are experiencing now. And nobody to fight. Now, Atiku want to come back. Buhari want to come back. Buhari, the Tinubu, everybody. Why? Why don't you focus on the situation on ground?
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome. Tell them to do something urgently about the situation of the fuel. Who? The government.
Okay. Thank you very much, Oluwawan. Mr. Bright, I want to thank 3 people this morning. Mr. Bright, you have done so well for Mr. Charles this morning. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Kyle Egbo, thank you very much for me also. And also, Finigas, thank you very much for doing great. Okay. Tomorrow. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of Bicycles and Newsstands this morning. I'm Christian Chuko. We'll meet the same place, the same time, on the same platform tomorrow. Bye for now, as we meet tomorrow. Thank you.